Oh, there's a performance, alright. A dog performance by yours truly. And now I'm back to square one. I give up. Hey guys, it's Pacifist here. Hope today's a good day. If not, I sincerely hope you get a better tomorrow. Today, I'll be doing the accidental art. So what is accidental art, I hear you ask if you stumbled across the video for the first time. It's very simple. A community member provided me with 3 lines and I will attempt to draw something from it. The lines can be simple or highly complex. We'll get to the provided lines shortly. There is no time limit in how long I should take to do these, but I personally have set myself around 10 to 15 minutes to do the sketch. If you're wondering why I said personally, that's because you too can partake in this fun project. I can share it on social media with the tag AA04 2026 for me to see. We do have self-imposed rules for this project, which I have outlined in the first video, but a quick TLDR is rotating the canvas is fine, resizing the lines is allowed, but it has to be all 3 of them. You cannot free transform the lines or move 1 or 2 lines around. The end product does not have to be colored in and can be in any form. The reason for this project is for us to be as imaginative and creative as possible, so line art or even sketch form is completely fine. As cheesy it may sound, the last rule is simply to have fun. Please don't stress too much on this, and it's totally fine to spend 5 minutes or 5 hours on it. Just have fun. With the introduction, rules and objectives out the way, it's time to crack on and get the creative juices going. Spoiler, if you haven't seen any of the previous entries yet, you might want to watch them first because I'm going to show some footage of them. First one, we were thinking small. The next one, we drew even bigger. The previous one, we drew even bigger. This time, we're going even bigger, baby. I'm kidding. We're scaling it a bit, and like my dreams, we're gonna draw something small. Surprise, surprise. Much to everyone's dismay, my first concept wasn't the final concept, and just like my movie takes, it belonged in the trash. So what was the scrap concept, I hear you ask? Please, let me briefly run it through with you. The person who provided me with the 3 lines plays the cello and is part of an orchestra. Upon seeing the middle line, the first thing that came to my mind was an instrument that belongs to the brass family of the wind instrument. But I couldn't quite grasp what it was. I've said many times in my stream that I am musically inept, and in case you don't believe me, let me explain what happened here and demonstrate my incompetence. I think it's fair to say that the line does look like a musical instrument. For those who are familiar with the brass family, I'm sure there are multiple instruments that looks like this or could be drawn from using this line, right? My dumbass thought it was the trombone. I'll show a picture of what the trombone looks like. Although what I thought was the trombone in my head was in actuality a tuba. I also thought the last line on the right could have been a harp, and the circular outline on the left could be a drum set. Real talk here. Man has no idea how a tuba is played. It can't be played like a trumpet, right? Thing looks bare heavy, bruv. Also, I wouldn't know where the person has to blow on the instrument. I thought it needed to be rotated, which meant the harp and drum set wouldn't be feasible, since they will be above and below the tuba. So there goes the idea of me drawing a bunch of instruments, where we can have some kind of musical stage theme, where there's a performance. Oh, there's a performance, alright. A dog performance by yours truly. And now I'm back to square one. I give up. Why are my initial thoughts so arsed and I need to scrap them? But fret not, guys. My second concept was the actual final concept. Well, hey! So I came up with a new idea. And unfortunately, I don't think it's related to the person who gave these lines, but it is what it is. The show must go on. I feel pretty confident on the left and right lines. I know I could wing it, but for the middle one, I had to lock in and concentrate. After a minute, I was able to visualize some kind of funnels and tubes below it, and together it forms a lab theme. You're probably thinking this is some record. We're minutes in, and there's no dad jokes. What's going on? Are you okay, Pac? Where's Pac? And what have you done to him, Mr. YouTuber? Let's be real. My dad jokes are like me telling a chemistry joke. I get no reaction. But see? Nothing. What's the point? Since it's a lab theme, I can make the right lines twisty tubes, and on the left line can form some kind of flask. Easy. With the concept in mind, it's time to crack on and start sketching. For consistency, I made the OG lines red so people can hopefully see them more clearly. When it comes to art, one would typically have a foreground, midground and a background. Starting with the latter, I felt the best scene to have here is to draw a whiteboard with some biochemistry stuff. So I had to take a trip down memory lane and try to draw anything to do with biology or chemistry. So I drew a DNA helix, some molecules and atoms. You know you should never trust atoms, right? Because they make everything up. Speaking of making everything up, apologies to those who studied biology or chemistry because I winged it and tried to draw stuff like ethanol and other stuff. I tried to draw carbohydrates as well, but realized that was quite difficult from memory. So instead, I drew H2O because it's easier and I'm a filthy casual. I'm sure I failed some of them just like I failed one of my chemistry exams back then in school where I got something like 18 or 36%. Oof. I want to draw something funny. Helium on the periodic table is denoted by He. So by combining 3 helium spells he. So I made those equate to a smiley face. Does it give a bit of charm and touch to the art? I don't know if you guys are into science, but as a kid I really enjoyed science, but not physics. Oh no. I don't know what it was about physics, but I found it hard. There's something about physics that did not agree with me, and it also flowed into mathematics for me as well. I know. Before you say anything, in one of my weekly Bokumaro uploads, I said I have a maths degree. So how did I struggle with maths? It was mechanics. Force, momentum, velocity, going down the slope, etc. That's what I really did not understand in maths. I remember one of my mechanics exams. I had so much pressure to pass it first try and get a good grade in the winter because if I needed to retake it, one would have to sit it on my 18th birthday. And that is out of the question. So I studied my butt off, trying my hardest. But real talk, I couldn't make heads or tails of this subject. Calculating a weight going down the slope? How about we calculate how much I need to weigh to go down a slope so I can kill myself? It is so hard. I don't know how you guys can do it. Rant aside, I really like biology and chemistry. And to satisfy my Asian parents, my ambition was to become a doctor and go study medicine. To become a doctor. To do that, I needed to smack those exams, else my parents would be smacking me. Ow. Suffice to say, just like the story of my life, I put the word fail in failure, which I hear very often, but everyone feels bad, man. So time for plan B, which was maths for uni, but we don't have to talk about that. That can be for another time. The midground is typically the focal point, and therefore for this piece, I wanted the 3 lines there. In the concept stage, I highlighted the 3 lines being lab equipments, so I drew a counter for them to be placed on. I drew some beakers, flasks, a microscope, test tubes and book as well to fill up the counter since it was looking a bit too empty for my liking. Don't worry guys, no dad jokes yet. It needs to be an element of surprise. For the foreground, I decided to add stools as well, but apart from that, there's not much to mention there. Usually, if I was doing a normal full art of something, I would add some Gaussian blur to the foreground and background to add another layer of dimension to the piece. But unfortunately, I drew this on a vector layer, so it was not possible. Sure, I could rasterize them later, but the way I structured the layers and everything, it wasn't really easy to do. But at least you guys know the intent was there. What do you guys think of this piece? Was this what you were expecting me to draw? If you can't partake but had an idea or theme in mind, how would you have done this? Please let me know in the comments below. If you did join, feel free to use the tag AAPAC2026 on social media such as Twitter, Blue Sky, or even Kara should you wish to upload on there as well. A huge shout out goes to Swift for providing the lines. His socials are on the screen above and in the description below. He is a streamer who predominantly streams video games and in particular Osu. So if you're into rhythm games, please do check him out. If you'd like to see more videos of these, please consider subscribing so you can see next month's one, and feel free to drop a thumbs up so I know you got up to here and enjoyed this particular content. Thank you so much if you reached up to here. It means the world to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you stumbled upon this video much later down the line, please click on the picture on the top left if you want to watch the next video, or click on the bottom right if you want to be taken to the actual accidental art playlist itself where you can watch it from the top. I'm out now guys, so as always, wherever you guys are, take care, be well and be safe. Bye.